So, you're telling me no one mentioned there was a baby bump in the early 2000s? Really? Oh, well. Oh, hey everyone. Joe here from ActionX. Welcome. Sorry, I feel a little tired. Welcome back, or welcome to What's on the Tube, or welcome back if this is your 16th Nancy Drew episode review. Before I begin, I want to start off with a brief statement, so skip ahead a little bit if you want to actually, if you don't care about the statement I'm going to make, just care about the review. Three things I want to say. One, I apologize for the delay. The coronavirus issue had become worse to the point where Pix 11, or the CW's television network, opted to preempt the Nancy Drew episode with a special report from President Trump / a Friends rerun. So I was unable to catch the Nancy Drew episode live. I had to wait till the next day on demand to watch it. But yesterday, which is the Thursday as I'm recording this, I had begun in the process of losing my voice. I'm still in the process of losing my voice. You can tell from my current monotone that my voice is currently in the process of being lost. So, the thing is that I didn't want to delay this anymore because I had just watched this episode just now. Obviously, I record these immediately after I finish watching them, and this episode was just really damn good. And the fact we were going on a break, and I knew I can't delay this anymore. I could have just delayed this by a week. I didn't want to, and also that the fact that I apologize for the delay. It's just that losing my voice is usually the worst freaking time to lose my voice over. It usually lasts 3 to 4 days, and what's horrible is that I have to do something tomorrow pretty big in the evening. So I have no clue whether or not I'm pretty sure my voice is going to be super shot. Right now, it's I have done the best I can with what I know how to do to limit my voice use as well as protect it as much as I can. But after tomorrow night, I can't guarantee. So I'm going to do the Katie Clean review hopefully tonight, tomorrow, if necessary. But the next What's on the Tube after that for the rookie might be delayed. Because there's nothing I can really do. It's my voice. I need to speak. This is a verbal conversation show. And it's really freaking a horrible freaking timing. It really is. With the coronavirus happening, and it's really horrible. This has just been awful timing. And I'm really hoping to God I have my voice for the next rookie. I really hope, because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to be delayed, but I don't know. In my life, there's just too many responsibilities for me to do. And sometimes I have to make a sacrifice. So, but anyway, enough of that. Let's get through this episode, Nancy Drew, because it's been a while. Anywho, so overall, this episode was wrapping up majority of the Dead Lucy mystery, and I think they did a really good job on it. It was a direction I wasn't even thinking about. I wasn't. I think the clues were there to kind of make it seem like it was always there, but considering the fact we've always assumed that the Tiffany and Lucy murder were connected, and the fact there was a killer present in both cases, and the fact that in this matter it could have continued like that, but after seeing the conclusion of this episode, it was definitely shown okay, that does make sense, but now it opens up a whole new can of worms of new mysteries and new adventures to go forward to, and new self-identity stuff that we'll get to in a moment. But but overall, base level down, I enjoyed this episode. Also, I apologize if my voice keeps dipping in volume. I put the microphone near me. Usually the microphone's over there at a shallow distance, so I don't get too loud, but since my voice is literally not in the usual, it's not in the usual vocal tone. It's not. I'm using my volume to my limits right now. I can't go any further. I could try to push it, but I don't want to damage my current vocal cords. So let's get through the butchered recap as I contemplate trying to adjust my vocal patterns. So we begin picking up the last episode. Nancy had just threw up a wretch reef that was in the sea, and that was disgusting. She knows it's disgusting, and she's like, you know what? I'll take on any of these supernatural challenges every day. Why does it have to be today of all days? the day that my dad could potentially go to a murder trial. Also, good tip for anyone: hot tea does help the vocal cords. Anything cold just shuts it down. Anything hot just picks it back up again. Anyway, I think so she gets. Meanwhile, the Drew crew are expecting a visit from the what's his name? The Nancy's medical examiner friend. He's in town because, considering the fact the severity of the case, he had to come down and do everything himself. Here at the Claw, everyone's prepared for him. They have the bones, and it was pretty fun. Like, I need where are the bones? They should be in a very sanitized place. They put it in a Halloween bucket. Yep, that's the Drew crew for you. I think from there, Nancy FaceTimes in. She lets them know, like, hey, I'm doing some physical work here. I gotta wait for some documents from the lawyer to kind of figure out what we're working with today. So they're gonna go do that thing in the Claw. And Nancy's going to go comb for the stuff. Nancy's at her house. She's combing through every piece of information, getting like verbal flashbacks on every important clue related to Dead Lucy. And I think from there, the boxes all pile up. Like, they'll just throw up because she's pleading to Dead Lucy, like, you've been helping me out this many times. Can you please give me another damn hint on what to do? She does show up. She points towards the cupboard. Nancy goes in. She finds the picture of the bloody knife from the scene that they discovered. She opens up her mother's personal knife collection. I guess people have knife collections. You know what? I can't really judge people. I mean, I have Funko Pops. I have Lightning collections. I have Amiibos. If people want to collect knives, that's their thing. For me, it's weird. Anywho, sorry about that. So from there, Nancy deduces that the knife that they were using that was used in Lucy's death is the same knife from Nancy's mom's collection. So I think from there, I don't know if we go to the Claw. No, we go to the Claw. She lets Ace and Bess know what's going on, and she inadvertently slips that she had sex with Owen last night. And Nick overheard, and considering, again, we haven't had a proper, hands down, honest conversation between these two since the breakup, Nick is pretty chill about it. He's pretty chill the fact that Nancy, is already moving on to another guy, and George views that as a possibility. It's like, hey, if Nick's okay with this, maybe, they can, pick things up. They can start things getting going. And the way George was kind of like already insinuating, like, do you want to get in my bed? But it wasn't like that yet. She reworded it to like say, oh, you know what, you can sleep on my bed because the couch was kind of uncomfortable last night because Nick crashed on her couch. And so Nancy goes off to go finish reading through the emails again, trying to find some sort of like clue or something. And so the Drew crew are trying to figure out, I think from there, how to handle the bones. So I think from there, we get back to Nancy's. She's looking for the email. No. So what happened? No. So while the Drew crew is doing the bone investigation, they start seeing police cars start swarming the place. It turns out the new detective in charge, because Karen being arrested last week, has left a vacant spot open in the Horseshoe Bay Police Department. So this new detective, which I forgot his name, is taking over all the investigations she was doing, including the Tiffany murder, and he wants to investigate the Claw, considering the fact that was the place of death that Tiffany died in, which is horrible timing, considering the fact these guys have bones to a dead person that they really shouldn't have, and these guys have already been shitter many times before, so this is not going to play well for them. And so I think from there, and this is also an example point that, are Nick and George compatible with each other? Because they're not really vibing. They're not really like... Because, some couples, like, they know what to do on the fly. Like, hey, we know each other too much, so we know what to say. We know what to do. They're not exactly there yet. Or maybe not there at all, period. And from there, I believe... so they have to hide the body. They try escaping for the bag. That's blocked off. So Ace and the doctor dude decide, like, hey, let's go in the cooler. Let's go in the cooler and just chill out there. Get it? Chill out there? My jokes are horrible. Ace gets a call from Nancy. She lets him know that, hey, I was looking for the emails again. There's a bit of a grammatical difference between the last two emails. So she believes that someone else used. I forgot his name. What was the guy's name? Ryan's email to send out the whore message to Lucy, and oh god, I love tea. I really need this tea right now. I think from there, yeah. So we come back to Nancy. She decides to go after Nick. Nick had just given a statement on another statement on Tiffany's murder, so he's not really in the mood. But Nancy tells him, "Hey, I know you didn't kill Tiffany. I know you didn't kill Lucy. I know you had no involvement in that." Because of the emails differential. So finally, Ryan decides to agree to tell Nancy the whole story, or at least majority of the story. That yes, they were dating, yes, they were a thing, but after the whole incident at the Banner, Ryan had to get sent off to private school. The hopes to end the relationship. Yada yada yada. Things happen, and then that's when. That's when Lucy comes to the private school, breaks up with Ryan, and then things kind of go radio silent from there. So Ryan's also confused on it. So I keep saying "so" a lot now. I'm sorry, my brain's not really operating 100%. I think from there, I forgot. I legitimately forgot how we get to the next point. I think from there, yeah, they're still trying to figure out the whole detective things back at the Claw. I think they screwed up and they accidentally let the cooler. They let the guys go for the cooler, but I think that but they managed to secretly hide it, so they're all good. But we'll get back to that in a bit. Ryan does tell Nancy that one of the last people to see Lucy alive was Karen. So she goes to visit Karen in jail where she's being held. Karen's a little bit more open to Nancy now, considering the fact she's behind custody. She tells her that the reason why Lucy was even in the Sea Queen pageant, despite all the issues she'd been having that school year, is because she wanted to be a nice friend. It's like, hey, maybe if you win this thing, maybe you can get some of your credibility back. Maybe you want to be so down all the time, trying to be a good friend. That didn't really work so well, considering the fact we know what happened to the Sea Queen pageant. That didn't really work out so well for anyone. Then they get another lead from they go to an ice cream shop for some reason where Lucy was spending some of her time before the day of her death. Then we come back to Karen's flashback where she goes home with her backpack and journal in tow, tells Karen, hey, screw off, I don't want to be with anyone right now, I want to be alone. And yeah, from there, that's kind of where things go from there. So after that, they leave, but after that point, no one on record has seen Lucy where she goes after that before she ends up at the bay. And then that next... Yeah, so they discover that the journal should still be in the house if she didn't have anything when she was leaving. So they go to her house. It's haunted still by Lucy. They're trying the best to find the journal. They find some really creepy stuff around, even getting scared off at a couple points. But they do find the journal. Nancy reads it and she discovers the truth. We cut to the court hearing where Nancy pretty much reveals the entire story of Lucy. The ones you already know, I'm not going to waste my voice and repeat all that. I'm sorry, my voice is very limited right now. I apologize. But if you've been catching up by far, you'll understand what the story was going through. So the new piece of information was that she went to go visit the Drews afterwards to have some food with them, and then she had a knife. She probably took one of the knives that she had from that brief session. And then after that, she confirmed in her journal that she was going to end her life. And yeah, so pretty much the person who killed Lucy Sable's killer was Lucy Sable. That is the most King of the Hill I'm ever going to get on this show, and that's funny. Not the death, but the joke I just made. So Lucy killed herself. So suicide. So court's adjourned. Everyone's kind of just waiting for the verdict. One of the investigators come back in. They confirm that the handwriting's legitimate. Everything's legitimate about it. So this is all valid evidence. They go to the courtroom. The judge rules that, you know what? Because of everything we heard today, there's absolutely no cause for concern that Carson Drew committed the murder. Charges dismissed. victory, hooray. The Drews have a word with Ryan before he splits off, kind of getting a little bit of closure on the whole thing. And then from there, but Nancy says she's going to visit the clock quickly to kind of, talk to the group. So, so I think that's where they go from there. So we cut back to the cooler where Nick and George have their first kiss. Bess is looking for one of the bones that's missing. Nancy arrives, and then we see Owen has the skull. What is he doing now? We don't know. We'll figure it out later on. Hopefully. I really don't know. Oh, God. Oh, that's much better. And from there, Nancy goes back in. Everything seems to be calming down a little bit. Dr. Drew tells Nancy, hey, listen, you know that DNA test you asked me to do earlier in this episode that I just completely remember that happened? We got a match. Here are the results. Nancy's shocked. She heads back to the house. She talks to her dad. It's like, hey, listen, enough's enough. I need to know the whole truth right now. I just saved your ass. You deserve to tell me the truth. And Mr. Drew tells her the very long story of, not the very long, depressing story of the last night of Lucy Sable's life. So we cut back to the year 2000, where Mr. Drew and Mrs. Drew are having a picnic. They get a call from Lucy. They drive up to the Gulf, where they find Lucy holding a baby. That's right. Lucy was pregnant. Where the fuck was she pregnant? Like, there was no belly button, and then they put in the freaking flashback. Where did this come from? Like, we get a new flashback where she had a baby. But like, why doesn't anyone mention? Look at me in the eye. How the fuck? How the hell did Lucy have a kid if we didn't see a single baby bump? Now you could just say like the flashback didn't do justice. Maybe no one just mentioned like, how the fuck does Karen even mention? Oh, by the way, Lucy was pregnant. Who doesn't bring that up during an investigation? Tell me. Anyway, so she was pregnant. She gave birth to the baby. The Drews are trying to calm her down. They take the baby from her. And Lucy said, just take care of my baby. And then while the Drews take their eyes quickly away from her, she drops to the Gulf. Probably due to a loss of blood. Mr. Drew tries to find her. All he found was the dress. The next morning, they look at the baby. It's like, okay, Lucy's gone, but we should acknowledge her last wish and take care of this baby. So they drive away from Horseshoe Bay to hide the baby's origin. They come back a couple years later, now saying that this baby is theirs. And you can guess that Nancy Drew is the daughter of Lucy Sable and Ryan Hudson. Why do I say Ryan Hudson? Because I'm pretty sure they banged. Like, it's pretty obvious they banged, okay? They banged, and there's a kid, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. So, Nancy Drew is the daughter of... Jesus Christ, it's freaking weird to think about. Like, this is some Scooby-Doo Mystery Corporation shit where Fred Jones turns out to be the son of Fred Jones Sr. That's ironic and weird. Okay, so Nancy cries when she realizes that, she is the daughter of the person she was trying to solve the murder to for the past 16 episodes, and that's where we end the episode. Okay, that was a lot to understand, comprehend. I'm really tired. I really am tired. Honestly, this was a really good episode, really great episode. We finally got to figure out the dead Lucy mystery, but now going forward, we still have to figure out where is Tiffany's murderer, where did he go up, how will Ryan handle the news, and how would Nancy feel like that her real biological father is Ryan. So, there's new mysteries to be solved, there's new directions for the characters to go to as we move forward to the final stretch. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting last... How are they going to do this? Because the mysteries are done. Like, there's no more mystery corner silent. And I can't even do the jingle because of my voice. So, that thank God this mystery solved today. But the fact, what are they going to do for the last 6 episodes? Like, is the murderer just going to be the big bad for the rest of the season? Or is this going to be new mysteries? Or are we just going to focus on the characters going forward? I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll figure that out when we come back on April 8th. Because Nancy Drew is going on its final break. Because, like I said before, scheduling-wise, it's better. Because once we come back April 8th, we have a straight run to the finale, and that will wrap up What's on the Tube's first season coverage of Nancy Drew's first season. That was a horrible grammar. So yeah, overall 2 thumbs up. Really solid episode. I think they did a really good job of subverting people's expectations and delivering a pretty satisfying conclusion to the Dead Lucy story, but still allowing us to continue that and see how does Nancy deal with not being the real daughter of the Drews. And yeah, so that's gonna do it for me then, guys. Because literally, guys, my voice is like, I think I've overused my voice a little bit now, and I still got things to do tomorrow, so I gotta conserve my voice again. So again, after this one, next What's on the Tube will be delayed. I can't help it. I'm sorry. And that's gonna do it for me. So if you guys were unaware, this was What's on the Tube from ActionX. If you want to know what's coming up overall on What's on the Tube, we do the rookie episode reviews every single Monday when a new episode comes out on ABC every Sunday. And there's also Katie Clean episode reviews that hopefully come out every Saturday after a new episode on Thursday on the CW. But Nancy Drew, sadly, you Drew Crew fanatics, we're on a break. We're going on a break. I'm going on a break because, Jesus Christ, losing my voice freaking sucks. It's gonna fucking suck. It's a horrible time considering the fact that the coronavirus going around, people are gonna assume that I got coronavirus, which I don't. It's just my voice. I can feel the strain. Like, I've lost my voice so many times, like, I know when I'm losing my voice. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to go rest my voice. So, again, if you're running away, this was What's on the Tube from ActionX. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. Ring them up for notifications. Like, favorite, share. Follow us on all the social media feeds. Again, I apologize if I had to rush through certain segments. My voice is literally on dying legs, and I still need my voice for tomorrow. So, sacrifices have to be made, but I still enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. See you guys when we come back from the break. If you're just the Drew Crew fanatics. That's it. I'm done. Peace out.